I'm Patrick Bryant, CEO of software development firm Code and Trust, and also the chairman of the Harbor Entrepreneur Center. This is Entrepreneur Studio, brought to you by SC Biz News. And before we get started, I have to give a shout out to our news sponsor and longtime supporter of all things entrepreneurial and friends of ours, Matt Pardick and Chris Corley of Harbor Wealth Management Group. And I'm here today with Greg Surratt, who is an amazing entrepreneur inside of a faith-based organization and has created incredible scale. Tell me, for you personally, some big win. Like, to you, what was a moment that you were like, oh, we got this one right?
You know, it's interesting. I think the transition that from founding pastor, you in the business world you'd call it entrepreneur. I'm kind of a spiritual entrepreneur. I guess.
No, you definitely are.
Serial spiritual entrepreneur.
That's true.
But the transitioning from the founder to the next generation was always a big challenge for me. I wanted Seacoast to be a church, not just because in church world you'll have a founder or a pastor, and you'll have a certain period of time where it goes well, and then it kind of drops off the planet, in a lot of cases. And I wanted it to be one where it wouldn't be built on me necessarily, and that it would transition to the next generation. And I think we've done that.
Yeah.
I began a few years ago just giving things away.
For sure.
And then there are certain things you can't give away, okay? And I think one of those is vision. And so every year we'd have a vision meeting for the church, and I love those. I mean, I love sharing vision. And that particular year, nothing. I can make it up. I've been doing it for a while, but nothing. So I talked to a counselor, and I said, I feel terrible. I feel like I'm not doing my job. He said, could it be time to pass it on to the next generation?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We had already been grooming some guys, and one of them was my son Joshua, and he's got a whole team of millennials. And I thought, transition this to a team of millennials. They didn't build the platform. Will they be able to, to do what they needed to do? And it's gone well. It's gone really, really well.
I mean, that really is the ultimate goal, I believe, of entrepreneurship.
I think it
is how do I create this thing that when I pull myself out, it keeps going.
Right. And I think one of the, there in our field of ministry, the sabotage to that, sometimes why people stay too long, is it has to do with finances. What am I going to do? Because pastors mostly aren't wealthy guys.
Right.
And so you've got to figure that one out. And then what am I going to do with my time? Because I've seen over and over again, guys will transition but not have their next, and so they'll middle back into this one, and it kind of messes it up.
Such a good story, and incredibly practical, and congrats on the transition.
Thank you.